Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another live stream. Hopefully, everyone is doing great, and hopefully, the audio and the video are doing great. All right. Just gonna quickly share this in our Patreon, and I forgot to change the thumbnail. Give me 1 second. Because people want to see a nice thumbnail when they click on the live stream. Okay, so everything should be fine now. All right. Okay, welcome everyone who's joining. Let me know if the live is working fine or the live stream. Should be. So we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about Bitcoin supply. We're going to take a look at a few news articles. Swissarg, hello. Happy holidays to you too. Ricardo. Abhiram, nice to see you as always. And I want to welcome all of the new patrons and give a quick shout out to HM, Chifu Alexandru, Tony, Sir Best A, and Shafi Abdul Rahim. Thank you all for joining our Patreon. And as always, the link to the Patreon is down below in the description. You can get a 7-day free trial and essentially access to all of my content, all of my portfolios, all of the low cap gems that we cover on Patreon. So it's just a nice way for you to see what we're doing there. And if you like what you see, you can stick around. If not, then of course you are free to leave. Cliche from New Zealand, how are you doing? Well, finally you have some bad weather. It's about time. Every single time you join in, you just keep bragging about how your weather is better than everyone else's weather, but now we have some rain. No, I'm kidding. But I like rain though. I like rain. Okay, so let's bring that out. Let's just take a look at the markets for a quick second. And again, let me know if the audio and the video are doing fine. So Bitcoin is recovering a little bit, which is nice to see. I'm not worried about what the markets are going to be doing until we get to the inauguration. I think after then, we're going to pick up and we're going to enter another alt season. It's possible it may start earlier in the month of January. Everything's possible, but I'm just being more or less conservative here. Let's see. So pretty much top 10, everything is down on the 7-day. Well, most are down. Let's do a 30-day. Actually, no, that's not what I wanted to do. How do I change there we go. So I don't want the 1 hour. I want the 30-day. And I want the 30-day in there. So on the 30-day chart, Solana is down 16%. Cardano's down around 5%. Stellar down 22%. I hope you guys sold your Stellar. Uniswap is doing well. Near Protocol is down 17%. We hope this thing is going to pick up once the AI narrative starts popping again. And of course, send your altcoin requests. We'll be taking a look at them after I'm done with what I want to talk about. You can look into Aptos. This is a more or less still a good entry at a $5 billion market cap. You're looking at an easy 3 to 5x in my opinion. Just as a safe altcoin, safe high cap to get into. Render, still a good entry in my opinion if you're looking for a safe altcoin, so look into Render. Mantra, I would wait until this retraces. This is a good RWA coin, but it has pumped a lot. Remember, we got into this at 79 cents on Patreon, so it has gone up quite a while. And Algorand's still doing good on the 3-day. Virtuals is wow, 456%, $3 billion market cap. Let's see how. Okay, wow, this really took off from the end of October, and the entire circulating supply is out. There's no Binance listing. Oh wow, look at this. They don't have any major exchange listings even. So imagine if they had Kraken, Bybit, or they have Bybit, Kraken, Binance, OKX, Coinbase. They don't have any of those, and they're doing very well. But that's the power of the AI agents narrative, and we're gonna be talking about those just a little bit on this live as well. On our previous live stream, we covered some altcoins that I would be getting into, and you can check out our channel feed if you go to my channel and you go to the latest video I uploaded here. So this is talking about the coins that I sold and the coins that I bought into with the profits that I made from the coins that I sold. And also we're covering a very interesting gaming project in this video over here. And we've talked about it on numerous occasions. It has pumped as of recently, but you still have an opportunity to make some money with it. So let's jump into Twitter. So as I mentioned AI agents just a second ago, this is an interview on Bitcoin.com news, or this is a snippet of the interview that they posted. And this is essentially talking about the AI agents narrative. And he does give a few AI agent coins to look into. One of them is AIXBT, which is, well, I believe it was created by, sorry, that's not the right language. It was created on the Virtuals platform. So it's already a $300 million market cap. It has gone up quite a bit. I mean, it did a 10x since November. So you want to be careful getting into something like this. Just a friendly advice. It did a 10x, guys. This is no joke. So just like with the previous altcoin we looked at with virtuals, there is no even Bybit listing here. Just KuCoin, Mexi, Gate, 16 million on Gate. KuCoin is doing poorly. 6.7 on Bybit, or sorry, BitGet. Mexi is doing 5 million. These are massive, massive volumes. And yeah, so AI agents is going to be a massive narrative. I do have a few AI agent coins in my portfolio. Again, you can check that out on Patreon. If you have any AI agents you want me to look at in this live stream, let me know. Next up, so Bitcoin supply crosses 19.8 million, inching closer to its 21 million market cap, or 21 million cap, essentially, because there cannot be more than 21 million Bitcoins in circulation. Just 1.2 million Bitcoin left to mine, 94% of Bitcoin already mined, next halving in 2024. I think they were meant to say 2028, but they said 2024. Scarcity fuels comparisons to digital gold. Now, the thing to understand here with the 19.8 and the 21 million, so there right now in total there's around 15 million Bitcoin total. If you're looking at the total supply that will ever be available, it's 15 million, because you have 1 million that's reserved on the Satoshi wallet, and no one thinks it's ever going to move from there. If it does move, I think that's going to shake the market a lot. And the other point to keep in mind is the fact that we have millions and millions of Bitcoins that were lost on old hardwares, on old laptops, flash drives, that are never going to be recovered. And that only makes Bitcoin more scarce. And this is a really, really important point. So there isn't 21 million coins. There is around 15 million. And that's just a little correction. Whenever you hear people saying, well, the max supply is 21 million. Yeah, but there won't be more than 15 million because the other ones are just gone forever. And I believe the last Bitcoin will be mined sometime in 2104 or something like that. So that's not, we'll probably be way after. It's going to be way after all of us when the last Bitcoin is mined. But yeah, it's really interesting how this is taken off in the last few years, and a lot of people are flipping from Bitcoin haters to Bitcoin supporters, including the BlackRock CEO Larry Fink. Next up, we have multiple U.S. states considering strategic Bitcoin reserves, and this is coming after Texas already filed for a reserve. Now, not only does the U.S. now want to get into Bitcoin and start buying Bitcoin into their strategic reserve, which Trump said he's going to announce as soon as he gets into the White House. And so not only they're doing that, individual states want to own Bitcoin on their own. So they're going to have a government reserve, right? And then they're going to have state reserves. So imagine all the 50 states have their own Bitcoin reserves on top of the total US reserve. This is going to be really bullish for the markets. And this is the adoption that we're looking for if we want crypto to become mainstream, if we want crypto to compete with massive companies and get on a global scale. Then this is what we want to be seeing, whether you like it or not. So the US is switching from their choke, right, on crypto that they've been having a massive effect on the crypto in terms of the dollars that they were printing back in 2020. So they indirectly, impacted the bull market last cycle. But this time around, they're actually pro crypto, and this will have massive implications for all of us. So this is a good thing. Next up, from one big state to another big state. So essentially, Russia is banning mining in 10 of its regions. And we're going to take a look at the list of those regions. They're pretty much all of the occupied regions. So here are the 10 affected regions. So we have the occupied Dagestan, Ingushetia, Kabardino-Balkaria, Karachay-Cherkassia, North Ossetia, Chechnya, and Donetsk, Luhansk, and the Zaporizhia and Kherson region. So pretty much they're limiting mining in all of the occupied regions there because, if you look into history and you look as to what's going on in all of those regions, then it's not the best in terms of the freedom of the native people of those regions. So they're always limited as to what they can do and what they can practice. And right now they're getting another sort of slap on the wrists with this mining ban. So mainland Russia did not have any mining bans. So that needs to be made clear here. And if you go back to 2021, when Russia had the massive Bitcoin ban right before the invasion in 2022, so the only person that I saw really breaking this down was Chico Crypto. And he said that this was a very interesting move because what had happened is that they banned Bitcoin in 2021, and around a week later, they unbanned Bitcoin. So they dropped the price, and then presumably they bought in massive amounts of Bitcoin because they knew the sanctions and everything that's going to come after they invade. And then they said, hey, we're actually pro Bitcoin. We, sorry, that was a little mistake on our part. We're actually pro Bitcoin. And then the price started going back up. So that was just essentially a dip that they orchestrated, and they were able to get into Bitcoin. And here, Reuters is saying that Russia is using Bitcoin in foreign trade, says finance minister. And this is to no one's surprise, really, to no one's surprise. So, yeah. Everyone expected that that's exactly what they're doing. And one post here is just highlighting the fact that you don't want to be selling your Bitcoin to whales. Don't feed the whales, because the whales are already buying up a bunch of Bitcoin as it is. Michael Saylor, now we're going to have the US getting into Bitcoin. We already have some of the Arab Gulf states that are probably or have been in crypto for a while now, but they just haven't publicly announced it. There are a few wallets that some analysts are tracking, and they're saying it's either one of the Arab Gulf states. So that could be either Qatar, that could be Saudi, that could be, Doha, or Qatar is Doha, but that could be Bahrain, and that could be UAE, like officially buying Bitcoin as a reserve in with government funds. Are you asking about Bitcoin, or are you asking about the Tim coin? If you're asking about the Tim coin, we're going to take a look at the altcoins in just a second. And then to kind of visualize how bullish Bitcoin is, so this is the historical Bitcoin prices on Christmas. So 2013, $682. 2014, $319, so like a 50% drop. 2015, $456. 2016, almost 900. 2017, 14,000. 2018, 3,815. 2019, 7,300. 2020, 24,500. 2021, 50,500. 2022, 16,900. And 2023, 43,790. And 2024, 98,150. So essentially in 2013, you could have bought, let's say, 100 Bitcoin at the price of 682 coins or dollars per coin. And in less than 10 years, you would have been sitting at $100,000 per coin. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. So that's just a quick breakdown for the articles that I wanted to cover. Also, this is a Solana Layer 2 that popped into my feed. Solana Layer 2 protocol Solexy raises nearly 5 million in its pre-sale after just a few days. And keep in mind this project. Look into it. See if you want to get into this as soon as it launches. Maybe there'll be a massive pump. You don't want to get into something that's pumping, obviously. So look into that. Next up, we have the CME FedWatch tool. So this is the expectation right now we have for the next FOMC meeting. 91.4% of investors are expecting a no change, or like a pause essentially, in the interest rate cuts, and 8.6% are still expecting a 25 basis points cut, which I think everyone is at this point aware that we're not getting that. And if we go to the probabilities here, we looked at this yesterday. It hasn't changed much, but after certain events, after certain press conferences or major shifts in the political or the financial markets, anything can affect these expectations. And you have to be keeping a close eye on them. But again, you don't have to take all of this to heart. This changes every single time. Jerome Powell always goes back on his word. They're never concrete as to what they want to do specifically. They never stick to what they want to do. So take all of this with a grain of salt. All you want to know is that Bitcoin doesn't need the US government. The US government needs Bitcoin. So going to the January expectations, we already looked at that. Going to the March expectations, 52.1% are expecting a no change, and 44.2% are expecting a 25 basis points cut, and even 3.7% of investors are still expecting a 50 basis points cut. I don't think we're getting a 50 basis points cut, and it's unlikely we're going to be getting a 25 basis points cut. I think after the January FOMC meeting, these numbers for March are going to drastically change because of what Jerome Powell is possibly going to say at the press conference after the FOMC meeting. And then in May, we have 9.6% expecting a no change. So out of the 91% that are expecting a no change in January, 52% are expecting in no change in March, and 9.6 are expecting no change in May. So there are some people who are expecting to see no changes even up until the May FOMC meeting. But then there is 50.7% of investors that are expecting a 25 basis points cut in May. So it's possible that we could have a few cuts. So 2 cuts is what they're promising us for 2025. Initially, it was 4 cuts. Again, they can go back and forth on what they promise us. And that could be in the latter part of 2025. So maybe we won't be seeing any cuts in the first part of 2025, maybe in the second. We'll see how it goes. But this is just something for you to keep in mind. All right, that should be it, I believe. Yeah, that should be it. All right, so let's start with the requests. When alt season on board, can you also see CGPT? So regarding regarding the alt season question, you can go to our live stream from yesterday, which was this live stream over here, where we touched on some AI coins, where we talked about the alt season and where I think it's going to be, or when do I think it's going to be playing out. You can also take a look at this live streams from 2 days ago, where we covered this specific question in great detail. I don't want to rinse and repeat everything that I said, but essentially this alt season that we just had a few days ago was a very quick one, very short-lived one, and we're expecting at least a 3-month alt season that's going to come from January into March, April 2025, possibly going into May. So yeah, look at those 2 live streams, and we're going to take a look at CGPT. This is an AI coin that has done very well in the second part of 2023, I believe. It had a massive pump. Well, it had a decent pump here, okay. In April, May 2023, and then in March 2024, it went up to 53 cents. So Gate, Mexi, yeah, it only has a handful of centralized exchange listings, no Binance, no Coinbase. Okay, the market cap is sitting at $188 million. So it's still not too expensive to get into. The tokenomics are looking good. 78% are out in circulation, but you want to take a look at the token unlocks to see what the vesting schedule is. So you're going to be sitting at 1 billion, which is the total max supply by February, March 2028. So it's going to be a slow grind. It's not going to be like January 9th is when we have our next unlock, and it's a monthly unlock, and it's a linear unlock. So it's not going to be yeah. So the unlocks are going to be getting smaller and smaller as we move forward. So that's a good thing. The tokenomics are looking good for this. If you want to get into this, I would probably go with Gate. Look at the volume on Gate, 17.2 million. You want to look for exchanges where the volume is huge, and you also want to balance that out with whether you think the exchange is safe or not. So Gate is more or less a good exchange. I would say KuCoin as well. I don't use Bybit. I just don't have it. I don't have BitGet. I don't have HTX. I have Mexi, but be very careful with this exchange. I've heard people saying that their accounts get frozen. So if you buy a coin for $500, you make 500,000, you could have your account frozen, and there's nothing you can do about it because you don't own the keys to your crypto. You can't force the exchange to give you the crypto, and it's just not a good thing to go through. That's why we always recommend to go with a cold storage wallet. That is why you should get a ledger. If you want to do it through my referral link down below in the description, that's fine. If you do want to do it through someone else's referral, you can do that as well. But with the referral that I have, you'll get 10 to 20 bucks in Bitcoin, which is just a nice little added bonus. So you can use the link down below in the description. Okay, so let's take a look at the price action chart of CGPT. Wait, so they have perpetual trading on Binance already. Interesting. Interesting. Let's go with the Bybit chart. Okay. Let's go to the weekly. So this is a very nice chart. Printing higher highs and higher lows. Let's just look at this fib here. So here we got to the 1.414. And we have a target at $1.11 down to 85 cents. That's going to be a massive region for us to take some profits. Like, especially if you got into this all the way down here in 2023, when we were sitting at 5 cents or so, you definitely want to be securing some profits as you're approaching the 85 to $1 range, because at least take out your initial investment. Don't be too crazy with your expectations, because if you think everything's going to be going up forever, then that's how people get wrecked. Look, it's a 2,283% to the upside. That is a lot. And if you, let's say you bought in August 2024, that's an 8x, more than an 8x if you're selling at 85 cents. But we're definitely starting to recover here. The weekly RSI is preparing for another move into the overbought. So this is definitely not the best time to be getting into it, but I think you can still catch a nice pump from here into the 85 cents region. So if you want to buy a little bit of tokens at the current prices, you can do that. I would probably target the 20 EMA on the weekly at the same time. So set up some buy limit orders just so you can catch some potential wicks to the downside. But don't go all in at the current prices. That would be my only advice, which is not financial advice. Keep that in mind. But yeah, good entry. Not a lot of centralized exchange listings. The market cap is good. The tokenomics are looking good. So this is a pretty good entry, in my opinion. If you're looking for a safe AI coin, you can look into CGPT. I'm an Eagled fan. Nice. I still hold my Eagled, but I'm probably going to be selling at around $70. We'll see. I have some money in the left. I don't know if I should leave it. What do you mean by in the left? I'm not sure. Vic911. I'm not sure what you mean by in the left. But let's take a look at Eagled. Definitely a very powerful layer 1, but it has been underperforming. That's the only problem with this. It has been underperforming, and they started trading September 2020, so right in the midst of the previous cycle, but unfortunately, they're underperforming as of right now. And pretty much the entire total supply is out in circulation, which is really good. So the only thing, they just need more marketing and they need to have more volume. This is not a lot of volume. Like some newer coins are doing more volume than these guys are doing on Binance. Look, Coinbase only has 344K That is not a lot. So we need more volume. But let's take a look at the price action chart just to get an idea of what's going on here. Okay. Okay, so again, the chart is not looking horrible, but it's not looking too bullish. And we're lagging just a little bit. Shukran for looking at Eagle Dafon. Okay, so I think we should be fine now. Eagle bounced off this yellow resistance. That was our resistance previously. As you can see, we covered this many times on our Eagle videos, and then we think. Okay. So I think this should be better. Yeah, we're not lagging now. Okay, so essentially Eagle printed a massive double bottom pattern here on the weekly. And what we want to do is we want to break past this $70 range. Once we're able to do that, that will show us that Eagle has now broken above a very important resistance level that we've been holding since 2022 in August specifically. So that is the threshold that I was looking to break in order for us to confirm that Eagle is in a bull market. But as of right now, we can't do that. Eagle hasn't been, it's essentially a sideways channel, right? You have bounces to the upside and to the downside. You're bouncing off of the resistance, support, and the next time we get to $70, it's possible we're going to get another rejection. That's why just using pure math and probabilities, I'm going to sell my Eagle at 70 and I'm going to look at something else. We have other AI coins that could outperform all of the top 10, top 20 coins by a mile. Therefore, I'm looking to expose myself to a little bit more risk, but have more potential reward at the end of the day. But it depends on your financial situation, depends on your risk tolerance, depends on your plan, how much money you're looking to make. So if Eagle aligns with all of those plans that you have, then by all means, you can continue holding it. I'm not saying it's a bad project or anything. I'm just saying there are other projects that could outperform. And personally, I'm looking to maximize my gains in this cycle so that I can have a really, really big and thick bag to deploy into the bear market, at the end of 2026 or maybe 2027. Also, quick note, lots of people are saying we're not going to have bear markets anymore. Again, that's the sort of FOMO that you're going to buy into, and you'll essentially think that coins will be going up forever. If you're a newcomer, I can see how you would believe something like that. But you have to understand, altcoins will be dropping 95 to 99% after the cycle peak that we're going to get in 2025. That's just the nature of how the markets work. Now, yes, Bitcoin is potentially going to see not a 70% drop, not a 65% drop, maybe a 60% drop, maybe a 58% drop, but Bitcoin will crash and altcoins will crash and a lot of them will go to zero. A lot of them will never recover. So you have to be careful listening to these ultra perma bulls that are just going to disappear after the bull market is over. They're going to delete their old videos and they're going to pretend like they never shelled you all of these 200K Bitcoin predictions, 500K Bitcoin predictions, these $10 ADA coin predictions, these $1,000 XRP predictions. So just try to manage the list of people that you listen to. I can also do a list of some YouTubers that I think you could listen to and gain some knowledge from. If you'd like to see a video on that, or maybe we can cover it during a live stream, let me know. But I think this is a very, very important point, and I know I diverged a bit from the altcoin topic that we were on. Okay, so we covered eGold. Again, I think if you're looking to buy into eGold right now, you have really good prices below below $36, and anything below 70 is a good entry. And then by the end of the cycle, once we get overheated, once the weekly RSI starts doing something like this, right? Something like this, you want to be exiting. Ya Sheikh Billahi Bitcoin Allah khalik. So, Habibi, we're going to take a look at everything one by one. Just طول بالك, okay? Just relax for a second. We're going to get to all the requests just one by one, trying to do it in order of requests. All right, so we have Cubic is the AI play for 2025. So I think we covered Cubic in the last live stream. I don't want to go through everything that we've done yesterday, but Cubic is this project that's currently sitting at a $355 million market cap. It's in the AI and big data sector on CoinMarketCap, so make sure to look into this. And if you want my breakdown of this and the price action chart, go into the previous live stream that I already showed you. So go into this live stream where we talked about AI coins, and you'll find us covering Cubic there. Come from beyond, build NTX, then IOTA, and now Cubic. Man's a genius. Yeah, well, IOTA, from what I know, IOTA is dead. From what I know, IOTA is dead. So the volume is 51 million. This is just a legacy coin, right? Look at the market cap, look at the price action chart from 2017 into the bull market in 2021. So this hasn't broken past the 2017 bull market, just as most of the altcoins, 90% of the altcoins do not break their all-time high from the previous cycle. That's just how the markets are. And you want to have the probabilities on your side. So if you're looking for maximum profit potential, you want to be siding with new projects or new-ish projects. You don't want to buy, stuff that's launching today, because that's extremely risky. But you want to be buying tokens that started building in the bear market, or tokens that have launched in the past 6 months that are in bullish niches like DePIN, AI agents, maybe on the base chain, any Solana coins. Those are going to be performing very well. But if your entire portfolio is Algorand and IOTA and Bitcoin Cash, then yes, you're going to make some good money probably, but you're not going to be making life-changing money. All right, so Tim, please, TLM from Thamer. Let's take a look at TLM. Oh, this is Alien Worlds. You always ask for this coin, and let's see how well it's done. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is listed on Binance already. Let's take a look at the token unlock schedule. Okay, so we're almost done with the unlock schedule. So the last unlock will be in March 2025. If we go to the small unlocks, what? Okay. So essentially there are 7 allocations. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 total allocations. Okay. Let's go to the price action chart. Okay, so this is the chart that we covered on previous live streams. We even broke below the bottom prices here. So essentially, TLM is still in a bear market, right? Because it's not breaking any major resistance levels. Like we bounced off the 0.236 here. We're back below this massive yellow resistance trend line. It's just not doing what a project in a bull market should be doing. Just as simple as that. This is our August 2022 peak. As with many projects, August 2022 was a major bounce that we saw. And that sent us into a massive, massive bear market. So you had this capitulation event, all right? Then you had a quick bounce, lots of selling pressure in August 2022, and that sent you into the bear market bottom. So then when you're coming back up, you want to be breaking past that level there, past that August 2022 level. A lot of projects have done that a long time ago, like a long time ago. Projects like Injective are way, way past their all-time high from 2021. That is why you want to be picking the winners and not sticking with a losing bag. That's why it's fine if you bought into something and it didn't play out from the bear market up until now. That's fine. It's not a big problem. You couldn't have looked into the future. What you want to do now is you want to adapt. You want to adapt to the markets. You want to adapt to what's cool. You want to adapt to what's in the trends. And that's, again, AI agents, DePIN, RWA as well. Meme coins, I don't do meme coins at all. I don't recommend getting into meme coins, just like futures or any type of leverage trading. But base layer coins, Solana, chain coins, all of these are good coins to get into even right now. So if you're sitting at 5 to 10% of profit in something like TLM, and I'm not saying you have to sell right now, I'm just giving you an example. If you're sitting in this coin with a 5 to 10% profit, maybe it's best to sell with that minimum profit, move into something like Nosana, into something like Ondo, into something like, I don't know, Orca, right? Or Alien Base, which we're going to take a look at in a second. We have a request for that. Therefore, you can have more potential profit. But if you're looking at something like, there's no even point in doing a deep dive into the charts because it's not even in a bull market. It's not even in a bull market. But you're going to see this happen a lot. And just because people bought it like a few years ago, they feel like they can't sell it and they get attached to it, which is what we have Swiss Arc saying. So I bought 2 Eagle last Sunday, have 97 Eagle now. I like it so much. I like the ecosystem so much. I know it's a mistake falling in love with a project, though, can't help it. Yeah, that's a major issue that you're going to have with a lot of people. And look, if your entire future or the your dreams, your financial stability does not depend on this bull market, then you don't have to be too risky. You can stick with Eagle. That's fine. But if you're someone with a lower income and you're someone who's looking to break into that $100,000 to $200,000 portfolio, and you want to be ready for the next bull market with a big bag so that you can be in the millions by 2029, 28, then you should be obviously more risky. But if you're willingly sticking to projects like this, yes, at some point maybe they're going to break out above the August 2022 high, and then they're going to do something like this, and then they're going to start dropping, and you're going to think that, oh, we're going to keep moving up and we're going to break new all-time highs. But then what ends up happening is that this was the cycle top for 2025, and you're essentially looking at another bear market like this, just down here. So that's why you want to be careful with getting into projects like this. So very bearish on this chart. I would not be looking to buy something like this just based on the chart. And CSPR, Casper, is looking the exact same way as this coin is, unfortunately. I'm financial, okay, no rush for me. Exactly. So in your instance, and I can see you have very nice glasses, so that's why I assumed you're not in the position of probably the majority of people who are looking or who are watching my channel. Um, Therefore, I said, yeah, if you're someone who is financially secure, there's no need for you to be extra risky. So you can stick with Eagle. It's probably going to get into like $200, $300, $400 range. You can sell, you can have a nice exit strategy, and you can sell and get out, and you'll be fine. Especially if you're investing large amounts of money. If you've invested like $100 million, if I had $100 million investing into crypto, I would simply buy Ether or Bitcoin, wait for a 2x, and then sell. And that's it. And that's what these large corporations and funds are going to be doing, because to them, they're not looking for 100x. They're looking for a 2, 3, 4x maybe. And they're going to start selling. Heck, maybe some of them are looking for a 50% move to the upside, and they're going to start selling. You don't know what their plan is, but they're definitely not waiting for a 50x. And that's something you have to understand. And that's just the way the game is played. If you understand that, and you apply that to your strategy, you're going to try to get out as early as you can, because you want to be ahead of everyone else. It's very hard to do that, but you want to be selling before the cycle. You want to be selling before you think you're getting close to the cycle, if that makes sense. Because as soon as you start thinking, hey, the cycle top is going to be next week, it's already too late, because the whales are probably already out and you're going to have a crash any second now. So you want to be prepared with your tokens unstaked. You want to be prepared with your decentralized exchanges, with your wallets, with your ledgers, with everything. Okay, so Heart, please, AI agents. Let's take a look at Heart. I think I have heard of this one. Okay, that's humans.ai. I've heard of this one, yeah. Again, market cap looking good, 188 million. And look at the all-time. So this listed right at the end of the previous bull market. So January, February 2022, which means it hasn't gone through a bull market at all. It just went through a bear market, and that's it. Just went through a bear market, so you have a lot of potential with this project, and it's not even listed on a lot of centralized exchanges, which is really good. You have Uniswap and Osmosis. And this is an AI agents project. Let's go to the website just to quickly look at what these guys are doing. That reminded me of the movie, of that popular Korean movie that came out a few years ago about the housekeepers invading and taking over the home of the owners, essentially. I don't remember what I think it's called Parasite. That immediately reminded me of that for some reason. Okay, so NVIDIA, The Guardian. So this is, I guess, huge companies that talked about them or mentioned them. Creating AIs by understanding humans. AI platform that integrates deeply with a company, community, country's human expertise through rich dialogues, crafting AI agents tailored to both explicit and implicit needs. Up to 100 languages. Wow. Reduce AI bias with our blockchain. POH is a complex and versatile mechanism that ensures 3 functions related to AI NFTs: governance, consensus, and verification. Hedera Cosmos data traceability, utilizing AI blockchain for seamless data traceability and transparency. Empower your AI with blockchain and enhance control and security. And yeah, as long as, because with ChatGPT, I'm not sure if you've used it, but there were some questions that, let's just say, it did not like to answer. So you could definitely tell that, you know, someone dabbled with the AI a little bit to kind of shift it a certain direction, which is something that we're hoping we're not going to have with these decentralized AI agents. But again, just like with CGPT, this is another one that's looking really good. So June 29th in Oxford, in Khaima, in Madrid. Interesting. So again, if you're looking for a safer mid-cap AI coin, humans.ai is a good pick. And their tokenomics are also good. Look at that, 71.6% out in circulation already. Really good tokenomics. So let's take a look at the price action chart. Let's go to KuCoin. Look, the chart is doing good as well. The chart is doing really, really good. So this is a channel up pattern that we have for humans.ai. This is the chart from KuCoin. And from the bottom in December 2022, we're up approximately 9x. So from December 2022, which is when Bitcoin bottomed, this project bottomed as well, and we've moved up 9x. So let's say we have a retracement back to the 20 EMA from here. We have a bounce off of the 20 EMA. We move up and we reach the resistance here. This is going to be May, June 2025 at roughly 6 cents. But I think it's going to go way past that just because of how bullish I'm expecting the AI narrative to be. So what we can do, we can add the Fibonacci retracement there, and we can be looking at the 1.618 and the second fib levels as massive targets. Actually, my apologies, it just hit me. I did say that I still hold eGold, but I'm pretty sure I swapped it for something else. I can't remember exactly because that was like a week ago probably. Let me double check because I don't want to deceive you guys accidentally. Yeah. So I did take profit on my eGold. That's true. So that was on December 17th. I got out at $43.33. And we moved over into a different project. 100, 300. Yeah. Okay. But for some reason, some of the transactions here are not showing up. It's weird. Okay, that doesn't matter. I'm going to take a look at it later. But yeah, just a quick update on eGold. So humans AI looking really good right now. I would say with the way the AI narrative is moving up, this could easily get into a $2-3 billion market cap, which is around, if you're looking at a $2 billion market cap, that's more than a 10x from here. A 10x would put it at a $1.8 billion market cap. So yeah, that's very possible in my opinion. Okay, so next up, can you check base token alien base on base? Alien base, just another base coin. This is a decentralized exchange on the base chain, which again, I think all of the coins on the base ecosystem are going to be doing very good. And this doesn't have a lot of, I don't think this has any centralized exchange listings yet. So once we get a Gate.io, a KuCoin maybe, an HTX, a BitGet listing, we could have a lot more volume because this is not doing massive volume amounts. Obviously, it's a correction and everything, but with a centralized exchange in place, this could absolutely pop. And from the top here, it has retraced approximately 50%, but also you have to understand that at the end of October, it was sitting at 8 cents only. went up to 50 cents, 56, and now it's down here. So this is definitely a popular coin to get into on the base ecosystem before it gets too popular to buy. So Alien Base, very bullish on it. Let's go to the website real quick. Bringing alien tech to humans. So that's their total value locked, by the way, $100 million, which means this is an undervalued project, more than 3x of the market cap. And let's just double confirm that with the, let's double confirm that with the DeFi Llama, because you always want to fact check these exchanges. You always want to fact check them because sometimes they, look at this. Here the total value is 55 million. So we just caught them red-handed. So why does it say 100 million? Maybe they're talking about their, okay, I take that back. So they, on what do you call it, DeFi Llama, they were not including the staking volume. So they have 50 million staking and 50 million just locked up in pools and everything. So that adds up to 103 million. So that's why they have 103 million. So there we go. They're up to date. That's very nice to see. Market cap is up to date. Very nice. So you can stake if you want to stake, you can do that. Dual farm rewards, earn up to 200% on your crypto. 100% of all your fees are shared with liquidity providers. You make money while you sleep. It's how we aliens usually do. So great entry point into this, guys, and definitely look into it. Definitely look into Alien Base. And there's a few other decentralized exchanges on Sui that I would recommend you get into. One of them was Cetus. The other one we're going to keep for Patreon because it's a low cap exchange, and I want to provide that to the patrons first, just so they can have a really good entry. But look into the Sui network and their DEXs and their projects there. Libra Finance, that's going to be our next request. Libra Finance, wait, that's not the one. Is it this one? I think it should be this one. 3.8 million. This is a Solana coin. Entire supply is out. It's available on Radium. Astrofolio taps into current cultural trends. What? Okay, so this is like an astrology. Okay. Yeah, no offense to anyone, but I'm not going to be looking into this thing here. So yeah, I don't recommend getting into these. Are essentially, I would put this under the meme coin category, so I don't buy meme coins. But we can take a look at the price action chart if you want. I think it's this one. Maybe it's, was it this one? LBR. Okay, so it wasn't even the right ticker, I guess, right? LBR. Okay, so this is the one that you're talking about. I was like, okay, there we go. Now we got the right one. So this is what? It's on Ethereum and Arbitrum. What are these guys doing? It's a groundbreaking DeFi protocol designed to bring stability to the volatile world of crypto. Built on LSD, which is liquid staking derivatives, and not the other thing that you immediately thought about. The protocol initially leverages Lido Finance issued Ethereum proof of stake and staked ETH as its primary components, with plans to support additional LSD assets in the future. to my knowledge, anything that is built on staking assets is very, very risky. So what they're doing is they're essentially taking staked assets, and you can do more staking with that. And it's like what's that Christopher Nolan movie about dreaming and dreams within dreams within dreams? This is essentially what they're doing with staked assets, and it's very risky. So this could have a massive, massive collapse at some point once we have the correction or the bear market correction. But let's read up on this just a little bit more. So $14 million in deposits. Unleash the utility of LST in DeFi. The stability of EUSD. Okay, that's not what you want to look. I mean, yeah, it's a super risky DeFi project in my opinion. This is extremely risky. So if you're, and again, the market cap is super low market cap. Let's go to Libra. How is it that low and it's listed on so many exchanges? How does that even make sense? Maybe that's not the right. I have 14 million locked up and circulate in TVL. Maybe something's off here. Let's go to CryptoRank and let's see if they're saying the truth. So again, as always, CoinMarketCap is just a little bit off with their data. So it's a $7.07 million project. That's the accurate market cap. The supply is staying at 72.1, or the circulating supply, I should say. The max supply is 100 million tokens, and the TVL is twice that of the market cap. So it's still undervalued if you're looking at the TVL and the market cap. So that's a good thing. Let's take a look at the vesting schedule. So they have daily unlocks. It's not a lot. And they're going to be done by October 2025. So essentially less than a year, the entire supply will be, or the entire vesting supply will be unlocked. So the vesting schedule that they have for the tokens will be unlocked, but that's not the entire supply. So look, the market cap here is incorrect, so you don't have to be looking. I would look at CoinGecko to verify, or look at CryptoRank. So $7 million market cap is very low. If you're bullish on the project, you want to be buying into something like this. While you understand the risk of this staking on top of staking, feel free to look into it. But this has a lot to do with making interest and borrowing and lending, which I stay away from in crypto. But if this is your cup of tea, feel free to look into this. So this person, H&F Studio, wants us to take a look at Bitcoin on the 15-minute time frame, which I don't know why, but and look, Bitcoin is creeping back up to 100K. So 15-minute chart, finally got to your request. So what do you want us to see here? And so we have like a resistance area here between 99,750 and 99,220. But that's, that's a resistance on the 15-minute chart. So it's not important at all. And then you have this support area here. So you could potentially come back down to around $92,000 once again. So you went down there on December 20th, on December 23rd, and you could potentially come back down to that same range once again after you get rejected from that resistance there. That's your 15-minute chart breakdown, but I don't know why the 15, like, are you doing like some quick trades? What are you looking for? Are you shorting, longing? Because it's a sideways channel as of right now until we break the resistance above us. If we can do that, then you can be looking at 102,000 again, which is this local top. You can be looking at 103.3, which is this bottom from December 18th. But again, this is so insignificant. This is so zoomed in. But if we start getting rejected, just naturally looking at this setup here, you'd be looking at 92.7 thousand. Let me know if it's worth holding. Yeah, again, so it's very risky. I personally stay away from projects like Libra Finance. Okay, into Nosana. I'm not sure what you mean into Nosana. Maybe you were, maybe that when I was talking about something else and you just made a comment, but yeah, I did sell it into Nosana. I guess you're talking about my eagle position. I sold it into Nosana. That is correct. Okay. So we're going to be wrapping up now. You swap eagle to Nosana. That's correct. Yeah. So Aurora, this is a, is that a layer 2 on near? I believe it is. Let's see how well it has been doing. We covered Aurora, by the way, a long time ago on Patreon. Like a super long time ago. Look, this is 2023 when it was sitting at like a $25 million market cap. It got listed on Coinbase. Did it have a Coinbase listing when we were talking about it? I don't know. Let me just double check because this is interesting. Aurora. Okay, so Aurora against the US dollar. Let's go to the weekly. Look how zoomed in it is. Okay, yeah, they were on Coinbase when I was making videos about it. But this is essentially the downtrend that we've seen with Aurora. And just for transparency reasons, let me go to my Patreon and just see when we mentioned Aurora on our Patreon. September 19, 2023. So literally at the bottom here. So right over here. And then a few weeks later, it made like 1,400% to the upside, which was crazy. So if you got in after our video on Patreon, congratulations. Congratulations. And again, you can take a look at all of my content on Patreon with a 7-day free trial. No issues. You can take a look at all of the low cap gems that we've mentioned and that we are mentioning right now. And you can obviously fact check everything that we're saying here about our entries as well. All of it is available on Patreon. Okay, so that about covers all of the requests. Hopefully you guys learned something useful. Hopefully you enjoyed the live stream. And Yeah, just keep in mind what I said about Bitcoin at the start of the live stream when I mentioned the fact that the actual total supply is not 21 million, is it's actually going to be 15 million. So around 15 million, maybe even 14 million. We don't know exactly how many Bitcoins are lost, but we actually have a patron who lost, I believe, 4 Bitcoins a few years ago, and then he recovered them. He got in contact with some team that helps recover Bitcoins, and they recovered his 4 Bitcoin, and by the time it was recovered, the price was much higher. So he would have probably sold them if he had them initially, but because he thought he lost them, he couldn't sell them. And when he got his hands on the Bitcoin again, it was during the bull market, I believe, and it was in 2023, I believe. We got one more request, Near Protocol. Okay, let's do Near. Let's do one last one for Clementino. I'm not sure. Is that French? I'm not sure. But let's take a look at the daily chart. So what Near Protocol is doing here, it is printing a higher low, which is good. So you have this low, higher low, higher low, higher high, and a higher high. So we're starting some sort of an uptrend, which is good. Yes, it is. Thank you. No problem. No problem. So Near Protocol is doing, especially if you zoom out, because this is the daily. If you zoom out, you look at the weekly chart, it's doing much better than a lot of the other layer 1 coins, like Eagled, like ADA, like Polkadot. This is doing much better. And again, this is not a legacy coin, because this was listed right in the middle of the bull market, right? A year before the cycle peak. And it had a massive rally here, approximately 3,357%. Then we saw a 95% crash, but they have been building throughout this bear market. And at the moment, they're away from the all-time high by 288%. So I think this is very doable for Near Protocol. I think it's definitely getting to at least $20 in this cycle. You should have your exit strategy ready and set to go in advance. Now, we got into Patreon into Near, I believe, at $1.60, and we were making videos on YouTube as well, talking about Near down here at $1. So hopefully your entry was way, way lower than where we are at the moment. And if we start breaking past the current local top at $9, I would be targeting $17.50, and that is our current technical target at the 1.618. Okay. That's what we're going to be looking at. And I think that can be met in January once we enter the alt season. And once the AI narrative starts picking up again, because Near Protocol is the leading AI coin at the moment in the space. That's just how it is. They've integrated AI into their technology, and it's very bullish, actually. It's very bullish. So if you want to apply a Fibonacci, let's say from the bear market bottom, all the way up to the top there. So let me remove the smaller ones just so it's not confusing. You're looking at a minimal target of $47 by the end of the cycle. That puts you at around $35 billion market cap, I believe, maybe 36, maybe 40 billion, I'm not sure. But I would say closer to $47, $45. If we get to those prices, I think you should be definitely closing all your positions and just trying to get out as soon as possible. And of course, you should be looking at some other indicators at the same time as you're looking at the price action of Near, because you can't be specifically looking at the price and thinking, hey, this is the top. You want to be looking at the Bitcoin chart. You want to be looking at the Bitcoin monthly RSI. You want to be looking at the Pi cycle top indicator, at the rainbow chart. You want to be looking at what the Fed is doing and saying. So you want to be considering all of the macroeconomic indicators as well as the price itself of your project. But that should be it for Near Protocol. C'est bon, mon ami? C'est bon? Yeah, that should be it. All right. Thank you all for joining our live stream. Thank you all for your requests. And thank you for, joining our Patreon and staying active in the community. Very much appreciated. Merci. Très bien. Très bien. De rien, mon ami. And we'll see you in the next one. We're probably going to be live streaming every single day until Sunday. We're going to try to keep this up as I'm on vacation and trying to relax a little bit and still trying to provide content to you. But yeah, that should be it. Make sure to check out our Patreon. Like I said, the link is down below in the description. You can get a 7-day free trial and access to all of my portfolios, all of my trades. You can see what we've been buying through the bear market and what we've been buying in the last couple of months. And let me know what are your thoughts on the AI agents that we covered in this video, and let me know if there are any projects you want me to cover for the next live stream. Take care and goodbye. Au revoir, mon ami.